March 1st, 2026. The second sixth of the year, 2026, has begun. It's a big awards day. It's a big box office day. It's a big entertainment week. Certain Bear is returning later this week to television and more. We'll talk about it all here coming up on LCJ Live. I am Lights Camera Jackson. Thank you so much for being here. If you're watching on YouTube Live, thank you. Send in your questions, your comments. We got a lot to talk about. Ted returns Thursday on Peacock, and some big movies open up this week. Hoppers, The Bride, and more. But the box office winner of the weekend is Scream 7. Scream 7 is your champion with $64.1 million. That is a new franchise record. That's really strong. Paramount needed this. All the big headlines Paramount has had in the last couple days. Paramount's only huge success last year was Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, which did $25 million more than the previous Mission Impossible. Almost $200 million domestically, did even way better overseas. But none of their other movies really were that successful. SpongeBob in second with $72 million. They needed this to be a big weekend, and it was. $64.1 million for Scream 7. The 2022 Scream Revival opened to $30 million, totaled almost $82. Then just 14 months later, they opened Scream 6, which debuted to $44.4 million, totaled $108.2. So a significant $20 million increase in the opening weekends from Scream 6 to Scream 7. It's been 3 years since the last one, and all the fans, I think, with the return of Neve Campbell, wanted to see this, and there they are in the theaters this weekend, $64 million. Fanimator 101 saw an early screening of Hoppers yesterday. Happy to report top tier picks are much better than Leo, and I own the art book. There you go. Hoppers did have early access nationwide pay preview screenings yesterday. It officially opens this weekend coming up, 6 years to the day after Pixar opened Onward, which had a $39 million debut just before COVID 6 years ago. Here comes the same weekend for Hoppers. Onward also had early access preview screenings that previous Saturday, which was Leap Day back in 2020. I went to that. I did not see Hoppers yesterday, but I will catch up on it at some point. Same with Scream 7. I have not seen it yet. I've been seeing some other things, doing some other things. But I'll probably catch up on Scream 7 at some point, and I will check out Hoppers at some point soon. The Bride also opens this week. Kelly's kind of awkward, liked Onward. Hoppers ripped off my precious avatars as Beyond Your Woodruff. Ted, yes, Ted is here. Season 2 starts Thursday on Peacock. Season 1 was a huge success. Season 2 is just around the corner. So $64 million for Scream 7. In second place, a strong third weekend for GOAT, $12 million. It is at $74 million. It has already made more money than any Sony Columbia movie from 2025. The highest was 28 years later with about 71 million, and GOAT is already at 74. So congratulations to GOAT. Now here comes Hoppers, which is going to take some money away from the next several weekends for GOAT, but maybe people will still go see it. I think it'll do close to 85 maybe total, maybe more, maybe gets to 90. Garfield movie got to 92 million for Columbia in 2024. That was not a Sony Pictures animation film, but Columbia did distribute it. You do have other Sony animation movies, official ones like Open Season, which made 85 million. The Emoji Movie made 86. So I think this might do more than that. And I think Sony is thrilled. It's doing well overseas as well. I have not seen The Bride yet. Pete Crooks is going to see Project Hail Mary this week coming up. And wow, yeah, that's going to be a big movie for March. March is going to be big with a couple key movies. One of them is Hoppers. The other is Project Hail Mary. You've got a few other films like The Bride, Undertone, Reminders of Him, The Pout Pout Fish, which I've already seen and spoke with the filmmakers for. That Q&A tomorrow at animationscoop.com and lcj.podbean.com. Interview with the director and writer, Ricard Cuso and Elise Allen, of the new animated film, The Pout Pout Fish, which opens March 20th, starring Nick Offerman. Great conversation with them. You can look for that tomorrow. So you have those movies. Not a lot coming for March 27th. Rose Byrne has another movie called Toe coming out as well this month. And a couple films as well. The Optimist, which I've already seen, and Holy Days, which I've already seen. But you've got two big ones in Hoppers and Project Hail Mary that are going to do the most for theaters in this month of March, ahead of Mario returning to dominate theaters in the month of April, and then the Michael Jackson movie at the end of the month, and then the big summer movies around the way. Undertone does open for Friday the 13th. All right, number 3 this weekend is Wuthering Heights, which added $6.5 million. just about. It's about $72 million right now for Warner Brothers, which is in an interesting spot. We'll talk about the actor awards coming up, my predictions, my thoughts on the actor awards. One battle after another won the Producers Guild of America award last night, but you have Sinners, and I think Sinners could win the Ensemble Award tonight at the Actor Awards, and if it does, look for all those Best Picture Oscar predictions, including maybe mine, to go from one battle after another to Sinners. That'll be very interesting. All right, number 4 this weekend is 21 Pilots, More Than We Ever Imagined, which I saw the preview for this before the Elvis documentary concert a week and a half ago in IMAX. This was a concert movie from 21 Pilots. It made $4.3 million this weekend, which is very good. And number 5 this weekend is Epic Elvis Presley in Concert, which went from IMAX theaters last weekend to regular theaters nationwide and did well. Another $3.5 million. It's at $7.8 million for Neon. If it gets over 10 million, 10.1, it will become one of the 10 biggest Neon movies ever. Pete Crooks thinks One Battle After Another has Best Picture locked up. Yeah, but if Sinners wins Ensemble tonight and it has the leading Oscar nominations, it has this momentum, I think Delroy Lindo has a very good chance of winning Supporting Actor. I don't think... Here's the other factor. This award season has gone on so long, even longer than last year. The momentum changes. You remember Sinners from last April. Just in the back of your mind, you're going, man, I think it's this movie. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens tonight. If One Battle After Another wins the Actor Award tonight for Best Ensemble, it's probably going to win Best Picture, though I do not think it is a 100% lock. All right, let's go to number 6 this weekend. Crime 101 added $3.4 million. It's at $30 million for Amazon MGM. Number 7 is I Can Only Imagine 2 with $3.1 million. It's at $13.3. We're so far away from what the first one. The first one did $84 million. Oh my gosh. Number 8 is Send Help, which added $2.8 million. We're at $60 million for that. It is currently the 8th biggest 20th Century Studios release ever under that name. Could get to number 7, beating Call of the Wild. Number 9 is How to Make a Killing, which added $1.6 million. It's at 6.3 for A24. And rounding out your top 10 this weekend is Zootopia 2, your BAFTA winner for Best Animated Film. $1.4 million. It's at $425.8 million domestically. Almost $1.9 billion worldwide. It is officially, congratulations to Zootopia 2, the biggest movie in North America of 2025. Now, K-Pop Demon Hunters wasn't eligible for the BAFTA, so that's one of the reasons why Zootopia 2 won. Zootopia 2 has won some of the other craft awards, other guilds in the last week. K-Pop Demon Hunters did win the Producers Guild of America Award and some other things as well this week. So if you're looking at animated feature, at this point, even though Arco won the Annie Award for Independent Animated Film, I think Arco would be in 3rd position at this point. When you're looking at that animated feature category, K-Pop Demon Hunters number 1, Zootopia 2 number 2, and I think K-Pop at this point is going to win. It's not 100% lock because of the global factor of Zootopia 2, as well as the global factor of K-Pop Demon Hunters, but you got box office, you got streaming, who wins in this battle. Arco I would put 3rd, so that's where I have animated film as of now. Out of the top 10 this weekend is Avatar Fire and Ash. It has left the top 10, added $1.2 million. It is now over $400 million domestically, close to $1.5 billion worldwide, but down from the over $2 billion for the other Avatar films. And then Solo Mio, also out of the top 10, $1.2 million, but it is at $24 million. It is the 4th biggest Angel film ever, their 2nd biggest live-action release ever, only behind Sound of Freedom. I screened last Monday. It's on Hulu now in the blink of an eye. This is Andrew Stanton's new sci-fi drama with Rashida Jones, Daveed Diggs, Kate McKinnon. Not great. It really is not very compelling, and it's really heavy-handed. And that's its biggest problem, is how heavy-handed it feels. It's not terribly disastrous, but it just doesn't give you a lot. That's in the blink of an eye. It is short. It's only 90 minutes, but it just doesn't give you a lot. So that's in the blink of an eye now on Hulu. All right, other comments coming in here. Anora was last year's Best Picture Oscar winner. Yeah, I like One Battle After Another more than Anora. So if it's that or Sinners or Hamnet, any of those 3 better than Anora to win Best Picture this year. But my 3 favorites of Best Picture, I believe how I ranked them, are Train Dreams number 1, Sinners, and then F1. I think all three of those are good, and we'll see how they do on Oscar night in 2 weeks. We've got the actor awards tonight. I will talk about the ballot in a second. I want to mention some things coming out this week. As I mentioned, Ted Season 2, Hoppers. I think Hoppers is going to be number one. Disney's hoping for at least $50 million. We'll see what happens. And then you've got The Bride, Jessie Buckley, your best actress frontrunner. Will she win tonight? I think she will. Rose Byrne would be the upset pick. If Jessie Buckley wins tonight, she is a lock to win the Oscar. If Rose Byrne wins tonight, I still think Jessie Buckley wins, but it definitely shakes things up. But you've got Jessie Buckley with this new movie coming out this week, and will any negative reviews impact her Best Actress Oscar chances for voting? The Oscar voting still going on through Thursday this week. Of course, The Bride opens Thursday. Will any negative reviews have an impact on her chances? We will see. Coming out as well is Dolly. I think it's a horror movie. Also, Protector with Mila Jovovich. And Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, the feature film after the long-running TV series with Cillian Murphy, is in select theaters starting Friday, ahead of it going to Netflix on March the 20th. Okay, and Oscar voting ends Thursday, as I mentioned. The Actor Awards is tonight. The film categories are here. I think they will honor Catherine O'Hara, who is nominated for The Studio. I think they will have a nice tribute to her tonight. Stunt Ensemble. Your nominees are F1, Frankenstein, Mission Impossible, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. You've had Tom Cruise movies win in this category in the past few years, Top Gun Maverick and the last Mission Impossible. You could see Mission Impossible win this. I'm thinking F1 does, because it's got Best Picture, Oscar momentum behind it. So I'm going to predict F1, but don't be surprised if it's Mission Impossible again, but they've given a lot to the Tom Cruise movies recently. Let's go to Actress in a Supporting Role. You have people who are not nominated for the Oscar: Odessa A. Zion and Ariana Grande, along with nominees Amy Madigan, Wunmi Musaku, and Tiana Taylor. Wunmi Musaku won the BAFTA last week. Maybe that gives her some momentum. I'm still going to predict Tiana Taylor. And then you do have Amy Madigan, who won Critics' Choice. I'm going to predict Tiana Taylor. Don't be surprised, though, if it's Wunmi Musaku. Supporting actor. You have, again, two people who are not nominated for the Oscar. Miles Caton for Sinners and Paul Mescal for Hamnet, alongside Benicio del Toro and Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, and Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein. Sean Penn won the BAFTA. I don't think he's a SAG winner, though, tonight at the Actor Awards. I don't know. A friend of mine was going, maybe it's Benicio del Toro tonight, and then still Delroy Lindo for the Oscar. I don't know. Something tells me my friend might be right. I'm going to go with Benicio del Toro winning tonight for supporting actor. But it could go to Sean Penn. I'd be surprised if it's Jacob Elordi, who did win Critics' Choice, but I would be surprised if he wins this. Let's go to Actress in a Leading Role. You have Chase Infinity, who is not nominated for the Oscar. Her spot in this case went to Renata Rensve for Sentimental Value, a film that got completely shut out from the Actor Awards. You do have nominees Jessie Buckley, Rose Byrne, Kate Hudson, and Emma Stone. Emma Stone is not winning this. Kate Hudson is not going to win. It's between Buckley and Rose Byrne. I think it's Jessie Buckley. The upset is Rose Byrne. Actor in a Leading Role. Jesse Plemons not nominated for the Oscar. It's Wagner Moura who has that spot. But you have Chalamet, Timothée Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke, and Michael B. Jordan. I'm seeing some momentum for Michael B. Jordan. He did win as part of the ensemble for Black Panther years ago. Maybe it's him. I think a week ago I would have said Ethan Hawke is the upset pick. There's still people who think Leo's got a chance in this. That's going to be a surprise to me. But here's the thing about Timothée Chalamet tonight. He won last year for playing Bob Dylan in A Complete Unknown, a performance that I'm glad he won for. Does he win 2 years in a row, and then does he not end up winning the Oscar in 2 weeks anyway, or does he still? I don't know. I'm going to go with Chalamet, but to win 2 years in a row for actor for the Actor Awards is interesting. I'm going to go with Chalamet, but do not be surprised if it's Ethan Hawke, and then we could get a wild card, crazy Leo or Michael B. Jordan. Jesse Plemons would be wild. But that category is not set in stone. And then still on Oscar night, even if Chalamet wins tonight, he's not a lock because you have Wagner Moura, who won the Golden Globe for drama and get the international votes. And so I'm going to go with Chalamet, but that is not a lock. He is not a lock tonight. And then we're going to go to Ensemble of a Motion Picture. I will tell you that Marty Supreme is not going to win this, and Frankenstein is not going to win this. You're down to 3 films. In third position, I would put Hamnet. It did win the Golden Globe for drama and the BAFTA for British film, but I don't think Hamnet wins ensemble tonight. The Hamnet win will be for Jessie Buckley individually. It's down to Sinners in one battle after another. I don't know. Something tells me Sinners is going to win tonight, so I'm going to go with Sinners. I think Sinners is going to win tonight. It could be one battle after another. It really could. But, remember last time, right? It was Conclave that won the actor ensemble. So, and I think Harrison Ford presented that, and Harrison Ford is getting the Life Achievement Award tonight. So you've got that happening. I'm going to go with Sinners to win ensemble tonight at the Actor Awards. It could be one battle, but I think Sinners could win this. So that is my prediction. So my final predictions tonight for the Actor Awards, which is at 8 p.m. on Netflix, hosted by Kristen Bell, who returns as host. Stunt Ensemble will go to F1. Supporting Actress will go to Tiana Taylor. Supporting Actor will go to Benicio del Toro. Actress will go to Jessie Buckley. Actor will go to Timothée Chalamet. And Cast will go to Sinners. If there's an upset pick in the Best Actor, I would put Ethan Hawke in second position, but maybe it's Michael B. Jordan. Maybe it's Leo. That's a really interesting category. All right, comments are coming in here with some positivity for Secret Agent. And yeah, Kelly's kind of awkward says, I think people are over Timmy. He should have won last year the Oscar for Complete Unknown instead of Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. At least he got the actor award for it, but he should have won the Oscar as well. Mario 2 next month will be huge. Is Hoppers in the conversation for animated film next year? Possibly, but you've got Pixar against itself with Toy Story 5. So that's going to get interesting. Secret Agent. I did not watch SNL last night. Okay, so there you go. The Actor Awards tonight, 8 o'clock on Netflix, hosted by Kristen Bell. We will see what happens. And then we are just 2 weeks away from the Academy Awards when we're back here next Sunday for LCJ Live. We'll take a look at that Hoppers box office, the Bride box office, week 2 of Scream 7. We will preview some of the films coming out for Friday the 13th of March. And we will be just 1 week away from the Academy Awards as award season will finally end. It's gone on way too long. Our mindset is on these new movies and shows coming out for 2026. To think about these movies that not just I saw a long time ago and everybody saw Sinners a long time ago, but even, Marty Supreme and Hamnet making the money that they did in late December, early January, even mid-January. Now it's the beginning of March. The people who saw Hamnet to get a jump on seeing her ahead of her winning the Oscar, but yet the Oscars is not till March 15. It's just ridiculous how long this is going on, and it'll finally, the award season will end in 2 weeks with the Academy Awards. And by the way, Conan O'Brien has done at least double the marketing that he did last year because ABC and the Academy, even though it's going to YouTube soon, if they still care about the ratings, they want to get to 20 million finally this year. But my goodness, you're going to have people just watching maybe at the end just to see if Sinners wins picture. And the interest level otherwise may not really be there. So that will be interesting. All right, that's it for LCJ Live. Go to lights-camera-jackson.com, youtube.com/lightscamerajackson. Subscribe and turn on your notifications. TooFast2Films.com, lcj.podbean.com, animationscoop.com, X at LCJ Reviews, Instagram at LightsCamJackson. My interview with the makers of the Pow Pow Fish coming tomorrow. More stuff coming at you later this week. WAMC reviews of the new Paul McCartney documentary, which I recommend, Man on the Run. It's on Prime Video. And the Elvis movie are coming this week, and more. And I'll be doing some Oscar predictions appearances as well, heading into the Academy Awards. That's it. That's it for LCJ Live. TED starts Thursday, and I'll see you next time on the show. Have a good Sunday. Enjoy the Actor Awards tonight. Hope it's a good show. Hope we get some surprises, and we'll see what happens. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.